Hey guys, and welcome to this yoga practice specifically for runners. We're going to be working on lengthening out the legs, opening the chest, and also working with a lovely fluid and rhythmic breath. I know running gets us super kind of up and, it's cardio, but with yoga, we want to really find a rhythm of breath and soothe the nervous system. So let's start with our first pose. It's going to be child's pose. We're going to simply sink the hips back to the heels and stretch forward, rest the forehead down, and just start to breathe in and out through your nose here. Let everything melt down, soften the forehead, the jaw, the shoulders, the belly. Breathe. Just arrive on your yoga mat for practice. Notice if you're running away and try to center yourself, try to be present, try to be here. Good, 3 more breaths. Notice how already perhaps you're centering, you're calming the shoulders, nicely opening, the chest coming down towards the earth, the legs being stretched. Maybe even a sigh with the final breath. And then lifting up into a tabletop position. We want to have the hips above the knees, shoulders above the wrists, spread the fingers. And from here, we're going to inhale, reach the right arm up to the sky. If that feels too much, then maybe just bring it halfway. If you can, bring it up. That's great. And then take a circle as you inhale, exhale, round. Good. One more inhale. And exhale. Good. Now inhale, lift the arm back up again. Exhale, thread it through. Bring the right shoulder down, right ear down, lift and stretch the left hand forward, coming into threading the needle pose. Good. Continue with your breath here, calming the body, nourishing the body, and softening. And then place the left hand down. We're going to reach the right arm back up, opening up the chest if that feels good. Just going to where you get a lovely stretch, not pushing the body too far. Bring the right hand down, then walking back on the mat. Let's come into melting heart pose. So we're going to either come to the forearms and the forehead, or the chest comes down to the earth, all the way to open up the heart. Good, lifting back up. We're going to now come back into tabletop and repeat on the left side. So inhale, lifting the left arm up, and then taking those circles with the breath. Big clock, like round. Inhaling, opening the shoulder, exhaling. Keeping your tabletop nice and sturdy. And then place the left hand down, center yourself. Inhale, reach the left arm up. Exhale, threading through, coming into thread the needle. And reaching the right arm forward. Maybe even closing the eyes, softening the face and shoulders. Breathing here. Final round of breath. You're doing so well. It's harder to slow down than to speed up in this busy life. We're used to a fast pace, but this is the perfect way to complement all the running. You're nourishing the body. Let's place the right hand down, push up, stretch left arm to the sky, looking up if that's okay for your neck, and then coming down, sink back into child's pose just to release the shoulders. Maybe have a little Wobble side to side, maybe walk the hands over to the right. Put the left hand over the right hand. And then all the way back over to the left, stretching out the right side of the body. Okay, and then back to center. Lift up. Now we're going to use the core and come into yogi squat. So you can just step slowly forward, or you can take a little jump, so you can lift the knees off the ground and then hop into yogi squat. So now we can actually open the hips a little bit, because with running we're quite linear, so the ankles don't need to come down, but if they do, that's great. And you might want to roll up your mat and pop it under the heels, and then bring the elbows inside the knees and trying to open up the shoulders, the upper back, lifting the heart. This pose is called yogi squat or malasana, garland pose. It's super grounding, good for the hips. Soft jaw, smiling, advanced yogi smile. And keep the shoulders open. Okay, bring the hands down and slowly begin to straighten the legs and straighten the feet. So we're going to bring the feet to hip distance. Check they're aligned, have a gentle bend in the knee, and then slowly lower the head, maybe hold on to the elbows. Now we're really stretching out the back of the legs, so just coming down here, ragdoll. Exhale through the mouth when you feel the body releasing. Okay, bring the hands down. I've got 2 blocks here. You don't need blocks, but you can place them. If you have bricks or blocks, or you need to do this for a little bit of height, you can place them in front of you. So ground the feet down, begin to lift the heart forward, extend the spine. Hands can be on the legs or on books or blocks, and we're looking for a straight spine. Bring the weight a little bit forward, then lift the hips. See how straight you can get that spine. Deep inhale. Exhale, folding down over the legs again. Doing so well. Keeping it nice and slow. Put the blocks to one side, bend the knees, sweep the arms back, and come on up into our chair pose. This is the nemesis, the tricky pose. So squat down, tuck the tummy in, roll out the inner thighs, and then lift the heart. Just be here for one more breath. You've got this. And then as you exhale, extend up to standing. Lift the heart as you stretch the arms up. And then exhale, folding back down. Inhale, find that length like we practiced before, forward. Then bend the knees, place the hands down, and step or hop yourself to a plank position. Now, if you're practicing in the evening or you're quite tired, bring the knees straight down to the earth. If you want to be in plank, then find that nice strong plank. Push up between the shoulders, push back with the heels. Either drop the knees or lower fully to the ground. Hug the elbows in, look forward. Slowly, slowly, slowly. There we go. Rest on the earth. Hands underneath the shoulders, fingers spread. Push the back of the feet down. Inhale up to a baby cobra here. Exhale down. Inhale up. Looking for length rather than height with this, so we don't overdo the back muscles, but we are strengthening the back of the body. Okay. Inhale lift. And notice that we're not throwing the head up here. We're keeping length through the neck and hugging the elbows in. Last one, inhale, find length and lift. Then push to the knees. Tuck your toes, and we're coming into yogi's best friend, man's best friend. It's the downward dog position. So your feet are hip distance. Many of you will be familiar with this, but I'll just go through the basics. Feet hip distance, heels coming down to the earth, gentle tuck in of the belly, head and neck relax, and then we lift the hips up, round and roll the shoulders out, look back, fix your gaze and breathe here. And either find stillness, or if you're someone that likes to kind of wriggle into poses and pedal out the feet and take a twist, then by all means use that time to do that, but keep breathing. Good, bend the knees to look forward. And we'll just step the right foot gently forward, drop the left knee, coming into our lunge position. So untuck the back toes if you prefer that, or you can keep them tucked. I quite like to untuck. Lift up from the base of the body, roll the shoulders gently a couple of times, squeeze the inner thighs together, and then either lift the arms up or hands at prayer, wherever you feel comfortable. Look for extension up, fingertips, chest lifts. Breathing here. Well done, yogis. Keep breathing. This is a great balance and good for the hips, the legs. Lovely. Bring the hands down. Now, it wouldn't be a yoga for runners class without stretching out into half Hanuman. So I'm going to place the blocks here. They're optional, books or blocks, but it's quite nice to have that height. We're going to tuck the back toe and then lengthen out the front leg. Now, that's all good, but notice how the back can now begin to round. So we need to lift the heart forward. Little smile as the heart comes forward, little cheeky monkey smile. Hanuman is the monkey god, and he's always playful and doing the splits, gymnastics. So lift the heart forward, have a little smile. Breathing here. Well done. Coming forward again. Let's frame the front foot and step back either to full plank or to half plank. Engage the body if you're coming into full plank, and then either drop the knees or fully lower to the ground, hug the elbows in, body in one line. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good, find stillness, fix the gaze, or take a little wiggle and a wobble. Nourish the body with the breath. No more running. And we're going to be human beings right here. 3 more breaths. Can you be here? With everything the body, the day, the mind has to offer, just be with it without attaching. Just going deeper with the breath, deeper with the stretch. Pushing up from the ground, holding yourself here. And then we'll bend the knees to just gently look forward and bring ourselves into a position to step the left foot forward, drop the right knee. Coming up into our low lunge on the other side now. With this pose, the left knee's over the ankle. We aren't dropping into the hips here. We're lifting up, hands at prayer or reaching up. Good, one more breath. And then releasing. Using your blocks or fingertips to the ground. You're going to stretch out the front leg. Breathing here. Lifting that heart forward. That's why the blocks can be quite useful here. I often practice without them. Maybe even bringing the hands into prayer for a balance. Good, and then releasing. Find your way to high plank or to half plank. Either drop the knees or lower fully to the ground. Inhale, lift the heart. And exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Look forward and step the right foot about a foot behind the hands and begin to lift up to standing. Okay, so there's just under 1 meter in distance between the legs. Your legs are open for the hips. There's enough space for the hips, and the back foot's at a slight angle. Without locking the knees, bring the hands behind you, take an inhale, lift up, and then begin to fold over the legs, looking for length in the spine. Breathing here. Maybe coming down a little bit more. Push the palms together, tone the belly in, look for length through the chest, really opening up the chest. Good, and then slowly coming up. We're going to do a fun transition here. So we're going to turn towards the right and begin to bend both knees, and down we come. Left knee followed by right knee. Now you can come into Gonkasana and stack the knees, or you can bring the right foot over to the ground so you're sitting more like this. So you choose which is right for you. If you're coming into Gonkasana, knees are stacked and we can just sit here, or you can add in the arms. So bring the left arm over the right, back of the hands together, then maybe double wrap here. And while the body is here, we breathe. And they say yoga looks as though you're tying the body in knots, but in actual fact, you're untying the knots in your heart. Breathe into the heart. Hold this pose for 3 more breaths. If you're here, it's nice to take a gentle twist. Good. If you're in Gonkasana, release the arms. Everyone's going to reach to place the hands at the top of the mat, and then either slowly step back into high plank or take a little hop, and then either drop the knees or exhale down. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good, really good. Let's pause in down dog. Find stillness, fix the gaze. And then let's step the left foot forward, finding standing and pyramid pose on the other side. So keeping the feet hip distance, back foot at a slight angle, interlace the hands, inhale, heart lifts, exhale, we fold, grounding down, keeping the knees gently mobile and extending through the chest. Push the palms together, keep lengthening, tone the belly in. I'm going to switch sides because in a minute we're going to twist into our Gonkasana. But you guys stay where you are, breathing in pyramid. And then begin to release. And we're going to twist to the left, right knee comes down. Stack the left knee if you can, but otherwise we're going to come into this modification. If you come into Gonkasana, we're looking to stack the knees and be sitting on the sit bones, and then bring the arms forward, right arm over left, and wrap the arms. Check your jaws soft, sitting up tall. And then releasing. If you're in the twist, gently releasing from the twist, and in your own time, find your way back into plank, maybe a little hop. Go slowly, you need to go slowly, either drop the knees or lower down. Inhale, cobra. Exhale to child's pose. And take a rest in child's pose. Maybe wobbling gently side to side. Maybe exhaling through the mouth. Slowly come up. Bring the seat to one side, bring the legs in front of you, and bring the soles of the feet together, about 2 hands distance in front of you. And then begin to lift the upper body up. And then soften in the legs. Just start to butterfly the knees very gently, keeping the chest open, breathing here. Softening in the face. Nice. Okay, from here, straighten out the right leg and bring the left foot to the right thigh. That might be enough just to sit here and just work on posture, sitting up tall, working on the breath, or you slide the right hand down towards the right foot and lift the left arm up. This is where you can be, or maybe to come into the full stretch, you come over. But if that doesn't feel good, if that feels too much, just come to here. You might also modify by bringing, if you don't want to reach for the foot, bringing the arm just inside the right leg, and then look for length, opening through the side of the body. Okay, and then coming down. Take a twist, right hand to left knee, left hand behind the left hip, nice and tall, inhale. Exhale gently, release. And back to center. Let's open up the left leg, right foot to the thigh. And again, looking for that length and posture, and either just sitting here. You don't need to reach too far or twist, especially if you have back problems. You can just sit and let the hips gently open. But if you want to take that side stretch, either reach for the left foot or bring that hand inside, reach the right arm up. Notice how there might be a bit more tightness on one side. Find the breath. The breath is the continuous thread, probably just like running, when we never want to let the breath drop off. We're going to keep breathing rhythmically in and out through the nose as we come to our closing postures and our rest pose. We begin the descent down to calm. And coming out gently. And then coming to place the feet flat in front of the hips, opening up the heart, and then we're going to roll down to lie down, but I like to bring the hands down to support me, and then rolling down, coming to lie on the mat, feet pressed flat. We'll lift up the hips into a bridge. If you have a block, you could come into restorative bridge. That's the higher setting. You might want to come here. Active bridge, we're lifting the hips up, rounding, feet are hip distance, weight on the shoulders, looking straight up. Okay. Restorative bridge is a really fantastic pose for the nervous system. So you can always practice this one for longer or again. Otherwise, we'll bring the hips down, we'll hug the knees, rocking slowly side to side. And then allowing the knees to drop to the right, trying to keep them stacked. That's the aim, but it doesn't have to be exactly like that. Left shoulder comes down, and if it's okay for the body and for the neck, we look gently to the left. Okay, let's bring the knees up and drop them over to the left. And bringing the right shoulder towards the earth. Breathe into the belly. Great, and then coming back to center. Well done, everybody. We're going to come into Shavasana, the final yoga pose. It's a resting pose. And you can stay here for a good few minutes. Settle yourself down and rest into the ground, maybe placing the hands on the body, relaxing the jaw, the face, and feel free to stay here for at least 5 minutes to let the magic of the yoga poses work through the body. Take your time. Thank you so much for practicing this yoga class today, and I hope you find it of some benefit. My name's Alicia, and I hope to see you back on the yoga mat soon. Namaste.